So in today's live trading room session, I got the question, how do we know if a move is a pullback or a reversal? Here are my thoughts. So this goes back to the basics, all right? So if we are looking at a trend here, like that, we know that this is, I'm not gonna write all of them out, this is our starting point, right? This is our initial structure high. This is our outside return, and this is our new structure high, right? So we know that a trend is violated when? What needs to happen for a trend to be violated? What level needs to be taken out? The outside return, right? A trend is violated once the previous outside return is taken out. So in order for this to be classified as a reversal, this move, right? So this currently, right? Pull back, 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 pull back. Once we violate the outside return, now instead of a pullback, this is a reversal. So it is a pullback until it violates. Now, the question really is probably, okay, so, yeah, so it's the same thing, right? So is this an outside return right now? Nope, it's not an outside return until we get our new structure high, right? So we never know what anything is until it's become it, right? There's probably some whole philosophical thing in life, right? We never know what we are until we become our true selves and all that fun stuff, right? But we never know what something is until it becomes it, unfortunately. And that's why our job as traders is to predict. So this is a pullback until it's not a pullback. Now the question is, at this moment in time, right here, how do we know if this is going to be a pullback or an outside return? Is there any way to know? What do you guys think? Is there any way to know? Will this be, and this is another common thing traders struggle with, where it's like it's a confidence thing where it's like, and you can say the same thing for this, right? While you guys are answering, right? You can say the same thing for if you're a trend continuation trader and you're trading right here, you're like, well, how do I know this is going to be an extension and go past structure? You don't. You don't. You never know, right? And earlier I spoke about kind of the psychological demons of needing to break structure. This is one of the reasons that I'm not a continuation trader, because I don't have the confidence to play these extensions. This level of structure means so much to me that I just don't have the confidence to say, hey, lower time frame as a day trader I did, but as a swing trader, I don't have the confidence to say, hey, I expect this to rally past, not in this market, right? But yeah, how do we know that this is gonna? How do we know if this is gonna be a pullback or an extension? The answer is we don't. We never will. We never will. All we can do is perform the best analysis possible. All we can do is gather as many clues, right? As traders, our jobs are detectives, right? Private eyes. We are trying to gather as many clues as possible from the market. We are trying to go in our dark little apartment thing, because all these private eyes see the house. I guess it's not a really good living, right? You know, ever notice these private eyes? They're always in like really dark apartments. They're never like in a hotel room. They're never in like a nice house. I guess it doesn't pay too well. But we put ourselves in that dimly lit apartment room, right? We pull back the shower curtain, right? And we have our wall with all the little pictures and the thread and the thumbtacks, right? Putting everything together. You guys have seen these movies, right? And we're sitting in front of it with our trench coat on and our hat, is how I imagine it. And we're looking at all those clues and we're doing boom, boom, boom. I'm moving my hands around. You guys can't see me, but I'm doing that thing, right? And we're trying to see, this all points to the killer is most likely a pullback or most likely a continuation trade. And then we're banking on that. And half the time we're right, half the time we're wrong, or somewhere around that. 60% of the time we're right, 40% we're wrong, maybe 40% we're right, 60% we're wrong, right? But we're trying to put ourselves in the best situations possible based on the clues we have in the market. So that's why we do that top-down analysis, right? That's why we started talking about the IPDE, right? We identify what we're looking at on the higher time frame. So we know euro yen, right? Euro yen here. We have room to go higher. We have broken a key level of structure to the upside. There is room for continuation. Boom, one thing. We know there's room to go up. So now we know, right, if we get a pullback here, we can look for trades, and obviously we're going to look for, we have a loss of momentum, so we're expecting a pullback, and we get our pullback, and then we're looking for our other clues, like, you know, maybe our RSI swap, RSI oversold, our 3-bar reversal, I think you mentioned, Iman, right? We're looking at all these clues for entry, but we're banking on, hey, this trend has room to continue. And if it does, maybe, you know, and there's a few scenarios, right? Maybe we're wrong and it just does this, boom. Maybe we're super wrong. It takes us out right away, guillotine, right? Maybe we're a little bit, maybe we're right in the reversal or the pullback, but it doesn't follow through all the way. Maybe it stops here and never goes to our target profit. Maybe it does, right? Those are the 3 scenarios, right? We could be wrong right away. We could be kind of right, but not fully right, or we can just be right. But we're making smart judgment on our decisions. We're putting ourselves in a position where the probabilities are on our side. And of course, we're matching that with proper risk management. So we're being smart, where it's like, hey, if I'm wrong, I'm only giving a little bit back. But if I'm right, I'm making a lot. So here would be the biggest difference in me deciding whether I'm thinking this is a reversal or a pullback, right? So I forgot where the actual line was at, but like, let's say this pink line was our higher level of structure, right? Identify higher high, higher close. Predict. Based on a higher high, higher close, our prediction is what? Which way is price likely to go in? It all comes back to the IPDE. Based on us identifying a higher high, higher close, we are predicting price is likely to go up, right? So boom. I know that until we violate our outside return, boom, we're in that bullish trend. So I know that the flow of the water is going in the bullish direction. Now, situation 2, if our level of structure was right here, and you can see that we probed and held it, all right? What do we identify? A break and close above structure, a violation, or a hold of structure? Well, identify a hold of structure, all right? So based on me identifying a hold of structure, my prediction is that we're likely to go up? No, probably not, right? So now I'm no longer looking for pullback trades, because the first part of my process didn't tell me that we were likely to go in that direction. So now I would be looking for reversals. So it's really that first identification piece of the puzzle, the one that allows us to make our prediction, that is going to tell me what side of the market I want to be on. And again, that's why I love we start with the higher time frames, because before we even go down to the lower time frames, before we even get to a point where I can think about buying or selling or how do I want to get involved, I am cutting my bias in half, right? I never go down to a lower time frame and be undecided about what direction I want to be involved in. I never go down to my trading time frame and like, oh, I can get long, I can get short. What do I do here, right? It's always like, boom. I want that decision made before I get to that lower time frame or that trading time frame. My analysis on my higher time frame tells me Akil, long, short, or nothing. And then when I go down to my trading time frame, my lower time frame, I'm just looking for confirmation on how I can get involved. I'm just looking for the kill shot. Does that make sense, guys? But ultimately, we never know, right? Because if I did, I'd be a 100% trader. And I am not. I am not a 100% trader. But we never know. All we can do is use our best judgment, use our clues, follow our process, and try to put ourselves in the best situations possible. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already. And also, if you want to join us in the live room, feel free. We run it every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, both a London session and a New York session. Come join the discussion, come do some analysis, come ask questions so you can get answers like this. It is a part of your 14-day risk-free trial membership on our platform. Just head over to www.tier1trading.com, sign up for your trial membership, 14 days, risk-free, no auto bill, no sneaky sales. Just get on the platform, download some software, hop in some live sessions, and take some training. www.tier1trading.com. See you guys there.